We are now going to hear from the panellists. And as ever with the panel, I don't tell them to say nice things. It is totally neutral. So we're going to hear some honest reactions. They tested your products. They gave it a really, really good try, the whole spectrum of products. Let's see what they have to say.
So my name is Kendall. I am 36 years old, and I would say my skin type is like blemish prone and like somewhat sensitive.
Okay, now you trialled the entire Dr. PAWPAW skin range.
I did.
And I want to know what you thought. Tell me everything.
So I really enjoyed all the products, and actually it came at a really good time because I was going on a trip, and so it was nice to have like a full range of like perfect travel size items to take with me. And yeah, I just really enjoyed each of the items. I have to say, my two favorites were the 4-in-1 serum and the day cream that had SPF 50 in it because I am very pale. And so I'm always on the search for a really nice like facial sunscreen that isn't too heavy, that sits well under makeup. And so I think that for me, the day cream with SPF was like the star product for me.
Yeah, and did you like the way your makeup went on top of it?
Yes. And so it felt like it was the perfect step for me. So I would do the 4-in-1 serum and then I would use that kind of as the sunscreen as both my moisturizer and my SPF because I tend to have like somewhat oily skin. So as long as my SPF has like some hydrating ingredients in it, I usually don't need like a facial cream in the morning.
Yeah, totally. I'm the same. And what did you think of the serum? Which is, I love the fact it's got so many great ingredients in it.
Yeah, I liked it a lot because you know how some serums can be like quite tacky. This one felt like it really like my skin like drank it in and it wasn't just like sitting on top. And then it was nice that you could put other products on top of it and it didn't do that pilling thing because that always drives me crazy. Like you put a nice product on, but then like if you try to put your makeup on over it, starts pilling up. That's always like the worst.
Totally. And how did your skin look on these products?
It looked really good. You know, I was traveling when I was using them. And so, like, I feel like your skin can always kind of like react when you're traveling. And also being somewhat sensitive, anytime you introduce new products in, I think you run the risk of having a disaster. But no, my skin looked really good while I was using everything.
So the $1 million question is, now you've finished the trial, would you go on and buy the products?
Oh, definitely. I think for me, the one that I'm like most excited because I keep searching the website. I don't think they've launched the skincare range just yet. But the one product I'm really excited about is to get the day cream just because I'm always on the hunt for a sun cream that I really like. And so I think I would do that and the serum.
My name is Cam. I'm 30 years old. And my skin is quite interesting. It's combination skin. So, you know, some areas are a little bit dry sometimes, but overall it can be quite oily. So, you know, it definitely needs moisture, but there's always a risk of, you know, making sure that my face isn't too oily and things like that too.
Yeah, that's always a tricky one when you're like combination, just trying to balance everything out.
Exactly, especially when you're thinking of wearing makeup underneath all the skin, you know, over the skincare. So yeah.
So you trialed the Dr. PAWPAW skincare, and I want your honest opinion. What did you love? Is there anything you didn't love? Would you buy it again? You know the score.
Absolutely. So I would 100% buy it. Such good products. It was amazing because all of them were so luxurious feeling and so soft on my skin, but also really light, which is important, I feel, especially if you do have, you know, skin that's more on the oily side because you don't want to feel like you've over greased your face up, but you still want to get that moisture.
Yeah.
So I absolutely loved the night cream was my favorite. Because it just, firstly, it smelled wonderful. It felt so good. Like I literally felt like I was putting on almost like a face mask every night before bed because you only needed a little bit and it takes you such a long way. And every time I'd wake up, my skin would feel so soft and I felt like it was more radiant. And it had quite a really, again, the smell was so nice. So I feel like it was just such a perfect thing to add to your nighttime skincare routine.
Yeah. Oh, really nice. Is there anything else that really stood out to you?
Yeah, the serum was amazing. Like it was so lightweight, which is great because, the SPF cream after, obviously being an SPF cream, is a bit more thicker. But again, just kind of ran on very smoothly. Whenever I wanted to put makeup on top, everything sat perfectly on my face. Even when I didn't wear makeup, I felt like it just kind of gave my face like more of a radiant glow. So I definitely felt more confident wearing the products as well. But the serum was amazing. Like it was just so lightweight, really easy to use. Again, one of my favorite things about all the products was just that truly a little goes such a long way. And the eye cream was amazing too. It was really, honestly, every product was so great. But the eye cream I really loved because it was a lot thicker than I expected it to be. But when I put it on, it kind of sank into my skin really nicely. Like it was really, really light. So that was great as well.
That's really good. And Cam, what shade of skin do you have?
So my skin is quite warm toned, like olive.
Cool. And did you find that the SPF left a cast, or was it just good?
No, it didn't leave anything at all. It really did sink into my skin really nicely. And as I said, like I felt like it made my skin look more radiant. So I didn't have to worry about wearing makeup on days that I really didn't want to have to do that.
That's brilliant. And so which products would you purchase again?
So I would definitely, you know what, I'm not going to lie, I probably would purchase all of them because it's so nice as a full skincare set, and I feel like all the products just go together and complement each other so nicely. So it's quite nice that they had like a whole range out, because I feel like it's always nicer to kind of stick with one company, especially if all their products are working well on their own and together. But if I was going to pick certain products out, I would definitely get the night cream. I thought that was great. I would probably get the eye cream as well, and the SPF cream, because I feel like it's so hard sometimes to find, especially with my skin tone, like to find a SPF cream that fits your skin nicely and isn't too thick, and still does what you need it to do, so your skin does feel really safe and protected. So yeah, those would be my top three.
Hey, my name is Jenny Williams. I'm 34 and my skin is generally quite dry, can be a little bit sensitive at times, and I suffer with dark circles and kind of a little bit of creepiness around my eyes.
So you tried the Dr.PAWPAW skincare range, and you tried all the bits in it. What did you think? Was it good for your skin?
It was, yeah. There was nothing I used that I had a reaction to, which was great because it's really unpredictable. Sometimes the things that I will react to, sometimes it's sort of really expensive stuff, sometimes it's the cheaper stuff. I haven't been able to pinpoint any particular ingredients that it is that sets it off yet. So luckily there was nothing in there that bothered my skin. And I really enjoyed it. Yeah, it was just a really nice sort of straightforward range, that there wasn't 20 different products that you had to try and fit into your routine. And I find that quite difficult, especially when things sit on your skin for a while, serums and stuff like that. If they're really kind of greasy, you have to wait for hours for them to soak in before you can do your next step. There's nothing like that. So yeah, I was really impressed.
That's really good. And what did you find? Did they do anything for your skin? Did you notice any changes?
So I definitely found that it helps with the dryness. The serum especially I found was sitting quite nicely on my under eyes and sort of helped kind of plump that up a little bit, because like I say, the creepiness, especially under my eyes when I put makeup on, sometimes you can really sort of see that texture. So I found that under my eyes was looking a little bit smoother, which was nice. So when I put the makeup on over it, it wasn't looking quite as obvious, the textures. So that was really nice.
And did it help with your dryness overall using the moisturizers?
Yeah, definitely. Especially the night cream. The night cream was quite rich, which I found really nice to put it on at night and sort of slather myself in and feel like in the morning when I woke up, my skin still felt quite plump and quite moisturized, rather than sort of sometimes I wake up in the morning and if I've not put as much moisturizer on or used something new and it's not doing too much, then I still feel a little bit dry when I wake up. So yeah.
And was there a favourite product in the range?
I'd say probably the night cream, just because of the richness and the fact that, like I say, I could have woke up feeling like my skin was still in a good condition, and I didn't have to sort of start from scratch in the morning trying to desperately moisturize it up so that I could put makeup on and not look 90 years old.
Oh, bless you. Is there anything like negative, anything you didn't like as much?
To be honest, not really. It was all, like I say, it's quite a straightforward range, which I enjoyed. There was the day cream with and without the SPF, and personally, I always tend to go for something with SPF. I wouldn't necessarily say there was a need for both, but just for me particularly.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone should obviously always be wearing SPF all the time anyway.
Yeah.
But no, there wasn't anything that I particularly felt I didn't enjoy having negative kind of feelings about. I mean, the sheet mask, I enjoyed it, but I'm not a huge mask person, if I'm being honest. It's not necessarily something I'd use regularly, just because I'm quite lazy, to be honest, and I kind of forget until it's like just before bed to actually do something with my skin. So that's sort of the only thing, but there's nothing that I felt kind of, I didn't like that, or that's not done anything decent to my skin.
So the final question is this a range you would purchase going forward, or was it a one-hit wonder?
No, I definitely think I'd purchase it, especially knowing the sort of reasonable price that they're looking to kind of put on the products. I think it's really reasonably priced for the quality of the products. And it's definitely something I think would be worth investing in, and I would repurchase.
So my name is Gemma, I'm 35, and my skin type, I would say, combination to oily.
So what did you think of the Dr. PAWPAW skincare?
I loved it. I've always really liked the ethos of the company, so that really helped. And I have tried some of their products. The face wash was lovely. So normally I go for like a foaming face wash. So this was a big change for me actually, but it was great. It went on really nicely, felt really smooth. And afterwards my skin felt clean but not too stripped.
Yeah.
So it just felt like it was really doing my skin some good. And I did use it like as a second cleanse. But my skin just felt lovely afterwards, not that tight feeling, just looked really plump and lovely. So, yeah, that worked really well. And I was using that morning and night actually as well.
Brilliant. I hate it when my skin feels tight. You just know there's something not right with the product, don't you?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it just felt really comfortable on the skin, and it was really nice to put on. And then afterwards, none of that dry feeling. And sometimes my skin can feel a bit tingly with face washes, and I think maybe sometimes that's the product working, but with this you didn't get any of that. Just felt like it was a really natural, really suited my skin type.
Lovely. And was there anything else that you loved in the range?
The eye cream actually. So I haven't really started using eye cream, so I think I need to. I haven't started yet, so I was a bit unsure. But again, it just felt beautiful on the skin, so you needed a tiny bit of product. And that went really well, and just really easy just to dab on. And it just made my eyes feel a bit lifted. It made the skin feel really lovely around my eyes. And then I just noticed the next day, applying makeup, it felt like I had a really good base. My skin felt moisturised, possibly a bit plumper. And again, it just felt like it really
Suited your skin. Lovely.
Yeah.
Oh, this is great. I love it that you've never used an eye cream. It's funny, I never used Yeah, go on.
Yeah, I hadn't used one, and I thought it's one of those things. I looked at them and you think, I don't want to splash out on that in case it doesn't work. But it was great to try it, and it felt really nice. I'll definitely keep using it.
Brilliant. And anything else?
I also tried the moisturiser, which was lovely. And again, with oily skin, I have a bit of a love-hate relationship with some moisturisers, wanting to get that moisture, getting skin to feel really lovely and plump, but also not wanting it to feel greasy on the skin.
Yeah.
So the moisturiser worked beautifully. I used that at night. I did try it in the morning actually as well, and it was nice with makeup on top. It worked as a base, but it was lovely at night, especially following the face balm. It was just lovely, easy to just pat onto the skin, and I didn't have any greasy residue afterwards.
So, all in all, would you now purchase products from this range?
Definitely, yeah. They just felt great for the skin, or I think they'd work for lots of other skin types as well. Because there are bits of my skin type that sometimes do get a bit dry. So I felt like I got the best of both worlds. It wasn't too greasy and heavy, did feel nice and light, but worked on all of my skin. So yeah, definitely.
It was so good to chat to Pauline. I've known and loved her for a while now. She's such a lovely, lovely woman, and I
absolutely adore everything she's doing. And it's great to see an independent brand just do so brilliantly. And I hope you enjoyed hearing from the panelists as well. On Instagram tomorrow on @OutspokenBeautyNicola, I'm actually going to do my own roundup of the products. I'll go through them. I'll show you how I use them. So if you are interested, this is a way for you to get to know them a little bit better. But I really hope you enjoyed the episode. And if you want to, do try these products, because I think you're going to be very, very pleasantly surprised. My two absolute favourites are the SPF Day Cream. It's amazing. And their multi-balm, just spectacular. Anyway, that is it from me. I hope you enjoyed that, and I'll speak to you really, really soon.